guys, Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Action Comics issue 15. So let's see what's going on with this issue. But before I start talking about this issue, just want to mention a little update. I have two reviews that I usually do on Comic Uno that are on Dark Avenger Inc., which are Smallville Season 11, Issue 8, and Earth 2, Issue 7. So go check those out if you want to check them out. In the description below, there'll be a link for Dark Avenger Inc., so you could check those out. And Smallville Season 11 is actually my pick of the week, so that'll be featured on my channel. So go check out those videos, and let's start the review for Action Comics Issue 15. And let's talk about the cover. I have to say, this cover actually excited me, because I was like, oh, you know, Clark, younger Clark, you know, he's dancing with some girl, maybe we'll get a relationship thing going on, and I thought it could be kind of a good issue, and I was like, oh, let's see what happens, and then there's these evil people in the back, so maybe we just get to see some of Clark's past, which we haven't seen. We haven't seen the Smallville Clark really at all, or at least in Action Comics. I haven't been reading Superman, but in Action Comics we haven't really seen the past Clark. So, I was excited for this issue. I thought the cover actually did excite me, but let's see if I enjoyed the story. So we do get to see a little bit of Clark's past. We get to see he's in this prom night thing with Lana, and we actually get to see Lana does exist. I don't think we've seen Lana or even haven't mentioned Lana yet, so that's kind of cool. But we also get to see that night was the night, or at least it's implied that night was the night that Clark's parents died. And then we get a story from the old lady, who's actually some person from the 5th dimension of something. Yeah, 5th Earth dimension. And she tells her story about how her father was always upset, and she fell in love with this, let me see if they have the name of the person. He's from the 5th dimension, but, imp, with this imp. Yes, he's an imp. So she falls in love with this person. I think they have a kid or something, and then we find out, well, this is all the future. This hasn't happened yet, but it's going to happen, and I'm giving you information about this imp guy. They're going to try to attack you. And then we find out the whole last issue was the future, and that's going to happen to Clark. Mars is going to get bulldozers, which, you know, I was not a big fan of last issue. If you want to go see my review about that, where I rant about it. But we got to see more alien bulldozers in this, a little bit of a flash of that. It seems like Lois's niece is over there. I guess that's why she got kidnapped, which I don't think she actually did get kidnapped when when those evil people were, I don't remember who actually was trying to kidnap her, but there's some people who wanted her power. But I think this is Lois's niece, unless it's somebody else, but she was in a previous story arc. And I guess she's going to be involved with stories to come. Again, we just get to see that girl's, you know, the old woman, landlord person story a little about her imp and her husband and her father, and I guess Superman's past Superman's future that connects to that. We get to see the same people that are connected to this landlord was connected to killing his parents, you know, Martha and Jonathan, and that's what happened. Yeah. I didn't like it that much. I mean, also we get a little cliffhanger that the landlord gets shot. Yeah, I didn't really have a connection to her, so I guess maybe if people cared about her, that could be interesting. It's very confusing, I would say, and this whole 5th dimension thing didn't interest me. It didn't interest me in the last issue. It's not interesting me now. Don't care if the landlord's some person from a 5th dimension Earth and what this has to do with the future, because this has just been boring the hell out of me. It felt like just random words. There's a lot of different names that you can't pronounce, which also makes you, I guess, feel less connected to these characters. Like Vizadinzix, not lying to you, that's the person's name. Yeah, for Vindadindix. And that was in the last issue also, so this, I seem like this is the future for Action Comics for Grant Morrison's run. In the beginning of the series, I really enjoyed Grant Morrison's run, but now I feel like it's just getting delved into this 5th dimension Earth and getting very confusing, and the flashbacks just weren't enjoyable. Like, I didn't care, and that was the problem. The only thing I cared about in this issue was the whole Lana Lang and his past. It's the only thing I cared about. I don't care if there's Mars bulldozer. I don't care about this villain. He wasn't interested in me, and he's still not becoming interested. It just felt like random story. And I know a lot of people, I was looking at different reviews, that people enjoyed this issue, and I guess if you like this character, you can enjoy it, but I guess maybe it's just not my taste. I just don't, I didn't love the art for it. I did not love the style for this 5th dimension thing, and then jumping to this and that. I think it's just the way Grant Morrison presents the story. I am a Grant Morrison fan, but I understand he does jump around and it's better to read his story in a trade. But I haven't been liking his Superman that much. I loved Action Comics in the beginning. It was actually one of my favorite New 52 titles when it came out. But now it's just jumping into these random stories and this imp person and the landlord becoming someone else. It's like, it just became so confusing after that you couldn't enjoy it. There's just so much going on. And, I'm just very disappointed. It just doesn't feel Superman, actually. It just feels weird. And it feels like this mini-series that just doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm very on the verge of dropping Action Comics. I'm going to probably just finish up Grant Morrison's run to see what he does with the end. I think it's ending with issue 17, and then there's going to be a new creative team in issue 18. I'm going to give issue 18 a chance. If I don't like it, I'm probably going to drop it, just because it's becoming crazy. I mean, I just haven't been enjoying it. The last issue I didn't enjoy, this issue I didn't enjoy, and there's just been a lot going on in this series that just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm sure other people are probably enjoying it. Maybe in trade, if you've been reading this comic in trade, you might really enjoy it. But for me, it's just not my style. This fifth dimension stuff. I don't like seeing that in Superman, you know. And they've just been really focusing on it for the past 2 issues. So I'm gonna say don't pick it up. In my opinion, I'm going to give it 2 stars. Hopefully this whole 5th dimension thing ends before Grant Morrison's run. I have a feeling this is going to be, this 5th dimension thing is going to be the end of Grant Morrison's run, but maybe it'll get better if he describes more about it and make me interested. But I am going to finish off his run, see what he does with it. I've been following it since, you know, issue 1, so I'd like to see how he ends it. I will pick up issue 18. Maybe the new creative team will bring it more Superman-ish, but if it doesn't improve or doesn't really intrigue me, I'm going to probably drop Action Comics and wait for Man of Steel when Scott Snyder writes it. So, I say don't pick this up. I give it 2 stars. I just don't think it's worth it. And guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. I say don't pick it up, and I give it 2 stars. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this Comic Uno. Bye, guys.